ready for money. Some things are more important. I'm trying to keep the balance. What's understood don't gotta be explained. We speak in silence. Nothing worth it is easy. Nothing easy is worth it. Now we facing the verdict. Practice making me perfect. Young, rich, and motivated. Got no time to stress. And good is just an understatement, baby. I'm the best.
I said I feel like I'm the greatest. I said I feel like I'm the greatest. I'ma be here when my time is up. I said I feel like I'm the greatest. One day you'll know.
Each one of us can build wealth, replace scarcity with abundance, replace average with greatness, replace uncertainty with conviction. Success is there for the taking. Small business owners, entrepreneurs, startups, and the ambitious. Grant Cardone tells you what you have to do to prosper in this new economy. He'll inform you in everything business, finance, and career related. Get ready. Find the knowledge for your success. It's all here, right now, in the Cardone Zone.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Back again.
Hey, Grant Cardone. Back again. Grant Cardone here. The Cardone Zone every Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with my hats, my books, my socks, my balls. Every Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I bring you a show on business, career, and finance. I do this right before the weekend so you can take advantage of what you need to get for the weekend for the next 72 hours so you can maximize. Look, this is a little success hack. Successful people take advantage of weekends, okay? They beat up Friday nights. They freaking hammer on Saturdays and Saturday nights when everybody else is freaking boozing it and forgetting it, going unconscious, freaking hangovers Sunday morning. They use Sundays, contrary to what God said. They actually work on Sundays. They're like, hey, I'm going to have to violate that one rule. I'm going to be good the rest of the week, but Sundays I'm working. I mean, I'm just telling you, the most successful people I know bang Friday nights, beat up Saturdays, and hammer down on Sundays. Today, I want to talk to you in this show. We're always talking about career or finance, money, something to do with your business, your money, and your motivation, okay? Look, I'm a guy, 25 years old, just bring you back a few years. I'm broke, dead broke. I'm beat up. I don't believe in myself. I don't believe in my business. I don't have a direction. I'm lost. I'm confused. I don't have friends. People hate me. My family's given up on me. Literally in 6 months, I had completely solved my financial situation. 6 years later, I'm a millionaire, okay? And here we are 20 years later, and I can't spend the money I have. Now, I'm telling you that. I'm not bragging to you. I'm telling you that American dream, that dream of financial prosperity is probably is real for a guy in India or Mexico as it is for a guy in Indiana, is available to you. But you got to stay focused. You got to do the right things. And this is really what this show's about today. You got to avoid a bunch of the data. A bunch of the information you have right now on investing is not right for you. So for instance, okay, and we're talking about investing. I'll take your questions if you want to call in, 305-865-8668, 305-865-8668. Tell me your financial situation. Tell me about the investment you're looking at, and I'm going to tell you yay or nay, to do or not to do. That is the question. Investing. 3 mistakes that you will make in investing, okay? You definitely don't want to make the middle one. Let's see if I can get this there. You don't want to make that one, man. That's the one that'll freaking really hurt. Okay, number 1, investing too soon. Okay, now I know if you go on any site anywhere, Yahoo, Merrill Lynch, any of the big investors, start early. With what? What you going to start with, a nickel? oh yeah, Sabrina should start saving money right now. Sabrina has no interest in saving money, which means she's not going to pay attention to the money, which means I'm the one investing the money. Okay, let's not kid ourselves. So me starting my kid right now at $100 a week means I'm taking my 100 and giving it to her. Why would I give it to her if I find out when she's 21 she hates money? Why would I want to give her something she doesn't even like? We don't know if my kids are going to like money. Number one, you can start too soon. The reason why you can start too soon is you don't know what you're doing. You're better off waiting. I waited, okay? The best investment thing I did in my entire life was I didn't invest. The best investment I made in my entire life, I want you to hear this, is not investing. Who on Wall Street would tell you that? Robert, who at Merrill Lynch would say, don't invest?
No one. They want me to invest.
Why would they not tell you that?
Because they want my money. They want
your
me
money
to invest.
So they're going to tell you what? Start early, start with a little, start with whatever, give it to us, trust us.
Mm-hmm.
We're there for you. The 401k was developed for you, Robert. Have Grant take it out of your check. That's why I don't have a 401k in any of my companies. Why? Because I don't want to steal people's money, man, and give it to some guy on Wall Street that I don't know, that I don't trust, that's probably snorting freaking coke, okay, out ethics in it with his wife, making more money than he should be making, taking money from people he doesn't know, investing in garbage he don't even know what it is or what's behind it. Do you guys not remember what just happened, man? So number one, you can start too soon. You should never start. You should never, ever invest if you don't know what you're doing. You should never give money to anybody you don't know. Ever. Never. If you don't know him, don't give the money to him. Number two, you can start too small, okay? Me investing $5, okay? I don't care if it goes up 100 times. $5 goes up 100 times is $500. You're looking for financial freedom when you invest. You're not looking for, I want my money to grow. No, you don't, dude. You want financial freedom. People are investing for the wrong reasons.
What do you need?
Okay, a pen. You're investing for the wrong reasons. What's the reason to invest? If I ask you that, why do you invest?
Ooh.
Okay? You're investing for the wrong reasons. Why do you invest? What's the answer? I want to grow my money, man. No, you don't. Do you want to get rich? The only reason to invest money is to get rich. The only reason to invest money, ultimately, you need to change your thinking, is so that you have prosperity, right? So that you can be free one day. That's what we do to Friday show. Fridays are for freedom. Stay with me. I'll be right back to show you what I did wrong and what I did right.
The fall is always the moment when you have to redefine yourself. Easy is not part of success. Easy is not part of life. When I was 33 years old, I faced the lowest point in my life. I was broke, I was battling demons of women, finances, alcohol, and drug addictions. And here I stand in front of you in the top 1% of car salesmen in the United States. Quitting was never an option for me. I keep pushing for my son, for my dreams, and what I'm attempting to create for my own life. My name is Mark Jennison, and this is the Comeback Corner. I was a millionaire twice and lost it all twice. And now I'm here to show you what it takes to come back and stand in the face of adversity, even if that adversity is yourself. This show is designed to prove that no matter how far you fall, no matter how great the defeat or failure, there's always a comeback. There's always an opportunity to redefine yourself, redefine who you are, and come back stronger, better, and faster than before.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/comeback corner. That's youtube.com/comeback corner.
Neighborhood with a lasting impression. A professional landscape can deliver that and more. And the man to bring it to you is Steve Griggs. Awarded the National Best of Hows in Client Satisfaction in 2016 with clients such as Dr. Oz and the Palisades Center Mall in West Nyack. Steve Griggs is Rockland County's premier landscape architect. This isn't landscape design, this is lifestyle design. For more information, visit stevegriggsdesign.com. That's stevegriggsdesign.com. Trust, confidence, and results lay the foundation of any marketing campaign. At Rush Impact Marketing, we take pride in helping your automotive dealership generate more traffic, increase gross profit, and deliver a lifetime of results. Rush Impact Marketing is the #1 staffed event, direct mail, digital, and consulting marketing company in the automotive industry, with the sole intention of creating a solid and long-term relationship with each of our automotive dealership clients on a personal level. Grow your business, expand your name, generate more profits, utilize every social platform, every piece of mobile technology to get awareness out there about your dealership. Let us show the world who you are. Text SuperSale to 555-888 to get started today with your free market analysis.
Welcome back to the Cardone Zone every Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from Miami Beach, right here at Grant Cardone Studios. We got guests dropping by every day to see the place. If you're ever in Miami, you want to come by and see us. If I'm available, I'll come out and take a selfie with you. Look, the rest of my life is committed to helping people like you that want to get your game on, that want to get your finances right, that want to find your little piece, not of the pie, but of freedom. Okay, and today we're talking about investing. Investing is going to become a vital part to you creating financial freedom in your life. You cannot earn your way to freedom. Okay, you can't. Not financial freedom. You have to invest your way there. So you can't tell me one person on this planet that is rich, except for those that inherited it. Robert, you're not going to inherit it, are you?
I gotta get it.
John, will you inherit the money? I don't think so. So for 4 of us in the room right now, we are not inheriting. For all of you watching, chances are you ain't going to be a Walton. So here are the mistakes that I made when investing, and here are the mistakes that I see a lot of people making. Number one, they invest too soon. You don't know what you're doing, so you should not invest. If you don't know, too soon is too soon. Number two, too small, little tiny amounts. Okay, don't do little tiny amounts. They will not make a difference. That's why you need to know what is the reason. Why do I want to invest? Why? You do not want to invest just to have some money, just to have your money grow. You want to invest to have financial freedom. Now that's going to change what you start investing in. And number three, third mistake you make. I made all 3 of these, by the way. Diversified. Everywhere you look, okay, if I go investing 101, right? Investing 101, I put it in the web, and you know what pops up here? Investing 101, one of the first things that pops up is diversification. Why would you want to diversify? I don't want to have all my eggs in one basket. If you ask the rich people, this is what they're going to tell you. Put all your eggs in one basket. Protect the basket. Know for sure that basket's going to get bigger. Know for sure you're going to make money in that basket. Sam Walton invested in grocery stores. He didn't invest in 55 different things. He invested in one thing and made it great, okay? Mark Cuban made one big score in one big deal, okay? That's where he made his big deal. Now he'll diversify now. But he's got to know what he's got to know. The reason diversification is so popular is because Wall Street sold it as a fear-mongering tactic to get you to give them money so they could spread you into a mutual fund, and you don't even know what's in the fund. That's how everybody got ripped off on these bonds in 2009. Your mom and your dad got beat up to death. That's why Lehman went under, 100-year institution, because they didn't know the garbage they were invested in. If you watch The Short, what's the movie? The recent movie, the big hit movie, The Big Short. The Big Short, man. It's a great movie on people not knowing what they were invested in, okay? So I've made these mistakes, okay? I cannot tell you how many times I have been seduced into thinking, I'm going to buy this stock. I bought Twitter. I lost freaking $300,000 on Twitter. Okay? I bought Lehman. I bought $1 million of Lehman stock at $1. It had been $72 2 months before. It went to zero. I lost $1 million on Lehman. Okay? You know what? In both cases, Twitter and Lehman, I didn't know what I was doing. I did not know. I thought it was a deal. But the truth is I did not know. I wasn't inside. I didn't know what I was doing. Now, there's a lot of stuff you guys can invest in out there. You could invest in stocks. You could invest in real estate. You could invest in your house. But the only way to invest in a house is because you lie to yourself and say a house is an investment. A car is a better investment than a house is. There's nothing about a house that's an investment, folks. Sorry. I know you think it's an investment because the real estate broker and your mommy and your daddy and your grandparents said it was an investment. Your granddaddy died in a house. He paid $5,000 for it. 89 years later, that house is worth $200,000, and your granddaddy says, "I got me a good investment, man." Dude, you bought a $5,000 house that you painted 40 times. Okay, you mowed the lawn, you fixed the roof 3 different times, you lived in one place that you actually hated most of the 89 years you lived there. It's not an investment, dude. That's freaking prison. You understand? An investment is something where you put your money in and it explodes. And you get to go wherever you want to go, anywhere in the world, and it has nothing to do with that investment. That's not a house. You understand? Okay. Mo from Virginia. Mo, what's up?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Good, man. Okay, look, tell me, what investment are you looking at, Mo?
Cranky, man. I just want to talk to you about something different real quick. Can I do that?
Go ahead, man.
All right, man. Awesome.
Just for you, Mo.
I love your shit.
You like what?
I love 10X rule, man.
Oh, I thought you said you love my suit.
I love you. Good-looking guy. You look good-looking guy. So anyway.
With you, dude.
What I do, I'm an app. Come on, man. So I'm an entrepreneur. App set me free from the 9 to 5 about 3 years ago. I'm currently doing a free event. I'm trying to share the information for myself, another 6 to 8 figure app entrepreneurs.
Yep.
It's at dailyspark.co/free. I partnered with a Nigerian billionaire to bring this to African entrepreneurs.
All right.
I want to see how I can work with you, work with Cardone. You get this out there. It's just good stuff, man. Like, I've done well. You know, I'm 32 years old. I've done well in my career. I managed to leave corporate, doing my own thing. I realized you can make more money by bringing value to more people.
Yeah, yeah.
And I know that's something I know just from reading your stuff. Sorry, I'm excited to talk.
So what's the question, Mo? What's the question, brother man?
All right. Well, I know you believe in multifamily in terms of investments, in terms of building cash flow.
Yep.
And you know, how much money do you need to get started?
Good question, Mo. That's a good question, and that's the right question. Okay, we could have done that in the first 6 seconds. Okay. How much money do you need to make the first investment? Okay, this is the Mac Daddy question right here, folks. So look, if you think, let's say a guy, because people are investing too soon and they're investing too small. This is what I did. At 25 years old, I was broke. I had no money to invest. So watch what happens now. By the time I'm 26, I got $10,000 in the bank. Now I've gone from 0 to 10,000. This is the question I get at least 3 times a day. Dude, I got $10,000. What do I do with it? Nothing. You still broke, bro. When you had 0, okay, were you thinking about investing? Good. At 10,000, you're still broke. So everybody needs to adjust their thinking now. The problem people have is they don't understand. The think is not big enough. I say this over and over again. I cannot tell you. This is where everything starts. And I talked about this in the 10X rule. You have to get the think much bigger. It doesn't mean you stop. It doesn't mean there's not a starting place. But don't start at 0. If you have 0 to invest, nobody's going to talk to you. If you have $10,000 to invest, you have no business investing in anything other than you. Okay? Now, I'm going to tell you where I started. My first investment was, I was 32 years old. And when we come back from break, I'm going to tell you what the number is. The first investment, 8 years I waited, held off from making my first play. Stay with us. You're watching the Cardonezone at Grant Cardone TV.
Credit affects every aspect of life. How's yours? At Safe Credit Solutions, we dedicate our lives to ensuring you can get the life you want. Safe Credit Solutions are FICO certified consultants, and we are trained to be immediately at your service to find solutions and repair your credit. Our goal is to grow your credit, add stability, and accomplish the goals you want for your life. With month-to-month services and live monitoring of our progress, we can get results for you within 30 to 45 days. Visit SafeCreditSolutions.com. That's SafeCreditSolutions.com to get a free credit consultation from our expert team. And let's get you on the path to repairing your credit today. That's SafeCreditSolutions.com. Trust, confidence, and results lay the foundation of any marketing campaign. At Rush Impact Marketing, we take pride in helping your automotive dealership generate more traffic, increase gross profit, and deliver a lifetime of results. Rush Impact Marketing is the #1 staffed event, direct mail, digital, and consulting marketing company in the automotive industry, with the sole intention of creating a solid and long-term relationship with each of our automotive dealership clients on a personal level. Grow your business, expand your name, generate more profits, utilize every social platform, every piece of mobile technology to get awareness out there about your dealership. Let us show the world who you are. Text SuperSale to 555-888 to get started today with your free market analysis. Mark in your neighborhood with a lasting impression. A professional landscape can deliver that and more. And the man to bring it to you is Steve Griggs. Awarded the National Best of Hows in Client Satisfaction in 2016 with clients such as Dr. Oz and the Palisades Center Mall in West Nyack. Steve Griggs is Rockland County's premier landscape architect. This isn't landscape design, this is lifestyle design. For more information, visit SteveGriggsDesign.com. That's SteveGriggsDesign.com.
Fall is always the moment when you have to redefine yourself. Easy is not part of success. Easy is not part of life. When I was 33 years old, I faced the lowest point in my life. I was broke, I was battling demons of women, finances, alcohol, and drug addictions. And here I stand in front of you in the top 1% of car salesmen in the United States. Quitting was never an option for me. I keep pushing for my son, for my dreams, and what I'm attempting to create for my own life. My name is Mark Jennison, and this is the Comeback Corner. I was a millionaire twice and lost it all twice. And now I'm here to show you what it takes to come back and stand in the face of adversity, even if that adversity is yourself. This show is designed to prove that no matter how far you fall, no matter how great the defeat or failure, there's always a comeback. There's always an opportunity to redefine yourself, redefine who you are, and come back stronger, better, and faster than before.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/comeback corner. That's youtube.com/comeback corner.
Hey, welcome back to the Cardone Zone here at Grant Cardone TV. Today we're talking about investing. In the first two segments, we got some great questions by the here. Mo just asked me, hey, when do I start? When do I have enough money? When should I start investing? And the answer to that question, by the way, this is the mistake people are making, is too soon, too small, and then they diversify. The reason to invest money is not to grow money, but it is to get rich. The only reason to invest money is to create wealth, freedom, financial prosperity. It is not to grow money like your mommy and daddy said. This is what the bank tells you. Put the money in the bank, it'll grow. Dude, money in the bank isn't growing, okay? Money in mutual funds isn't growing for most people. What happens for most people, for every person that makes money in the stock market, somebody lost money. You understand that, right? How else could there be an exchange? So for every person that makes money, somebody gonna lose some money. Now, when you go to the casino, for every person that you hear that got paid on that when I win $1,000 in Vegas next week, that's not the casino's money I'm taking. That's some guy that was there 30 minutes before me. You understand? So in Wall Street, in those mutual funds, there's winners and there's losers, okay? So when the guy tells you, oh, our average return over the last 7 years has been 17%, yeah, well, tell me about all the losers, bro, okay? Tell me how many people you got rich in this fund. Most people are not. The average American is not invested in Wall Street because what happens is you take your 10 grand, it goes down from 10 to 8. That's why I'm telling you you're doing it too soon. It goes down from 10 to 8. You get hit and you're like, I'm out of this thing. I got to get out. You lost $2,000. You lost 20% of your money. Truth is you lost 2 grand you couldn't afford to lose. That's why I'm telling you, you do not invest 0 because you can't. You don't invest 10 because you don't have enough. 20 is probably not the number because even if it goes up 5 times over the next many years, it's only worth 100. You need to keep saving your money, okay? This is what I did. I'm 25 years old. I don't have any money. 6 months later, I got 10 grand. I'm like, okay, what do I do? I'm tempted. I'm going to invest. My mom told me, my uneducated mother said, Grant, the best investment you'll ever make is in yourself. It's a sure thing. It's guaranteed. We'll always pay you back. And I'm like, dude, that makes so much sense. Okay? Because I'm trying to read the newspapers and the Wall Street Journal and the Barron's Magazine and the Financial News and the Forbes, and I'm trying to see what's the next big thing. Dude, the next big thing is you're going to get whacked. Okay. Oh, you're going to get lucky. Your 10 grand's going to become worth 20 grand. When do you sell? When do you sell? And you're a loser in that deal too. You know why? You're like, shit, I should have bought more. I should have borrowed money because you doubled, but you're not rich yet. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to, number one, look at the different kind of investments you can go into. What do you know? What do you love? What do you understand? What do you have control in? Is it real estate? Is it stocks? Is it bonds? Is it yourself? Is it your company? What is it? I don't know what it is for you. I know that at 25 years old, the only thing I had going for me was I had a little bit of money and I had a lot of freaking courage. So I got 10 grand. I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take the 10 grand. I'm going to turn it into 20 grand. I'm going to invest in myself. I'm going to make myself. How do I lose money investing in myself? I'm going to invest in me, man. I'm a sure deal. I don't need to share it with anybody. Nobody can steal. Even if the investment doesn't work, you can't steal what I learned. Okay? Nobody can take away all my money right now. I still got my guts, my creativity, my persistence. I got all that muscle that I've been developing for years, right? I would not make my first investment until I was 33 years old, almost 33 years old. I had over $1 million in the bank. And my first deal, I had $1 million sitting in a bank account, 3 bank accounts, okay? And I found a piece of real estate. I'd been looking at real estate for 6 years, 3 years in Houston, 3 years in San Diego. Every weekend I was shopping real estate. I'm just picking real estate because I know real estate. I love real estate. I understand it. I can touch it. I can go in there and say, how many water bottles do we have? Right? That's an investment. We bought the water bottles, right? How many do I have? Can we sell them? Do I need to raise some money? The books. How many books do we have? Man, I can touch them. This is called real property. Okay, real property. The first deal I ever bought was $1,980,000. I put $350,000 down. That was my first investment in my entire life. Prior to that, it was all in me. Okay, so imagine going from never investing to 35% of my net worth went into one deal. I didn't diversify. I didn't go small. Okay, and I didn't do it too soon. So what I did from 25 to 33 was all I did was improve myself, and work my ass off. Every time I got some money, you want to know an investing trick? Get rid of it. I would take the money, any extra money I had left over. You would never see me at 31 years old with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is what you'd see me with. Okay, that 700 went into a bank account. Okay, sacred account. I'd walk around with 20. I was broke all the time. I never, ever had money. I could not possibly. You ripped me off, dude. All you get my belt, and my belt was probably used or bought on sale. All right? And I'd take this 700. I wasn't driving. I was driving a Camry, and I had $1 million in an account. Okay? I'm driving a used Camry. Wow. I'm making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year working for myself, probably $600,000 a year now at this point. I'm banking every time I got free money. Dude, this money goes into an account, okay? This account was a sacred account. It was a protected account. I couldn't get to the money. It wasn't an emergency account. It was an investment account. So I'd push it off into this Grant Cardone's future investment account. And I just, every month. First payment I made anywhere every month was to that account. Then I paid my rent, okay? My rent was like $500. Now I'm stacking cash. I'm making $600,000 a year, and I'm paying $500 a month in rent. I'm driving a Camry, okay, and I'm making payments on my Camry because I didn't want to get rid of the dough. To me, the payments made sense. Now, your daddy would tell you never make payments on a car. What's his name? Ramsey would say, no, shouldn't make payments on the car if you can't pay cash for it. Dude, I didn't want to use my cash. I wanted to accumulate cash so I could put it in a deal. Okay, good news about that one deal. Vista, California. The name of the property was Cedar Point. I looked at it. I knew that fast I was going to buy that deal. It took that long. I said, I'm buying that deal. Okay, paid $1,980,000, put $350,000 down, financed $1,530,000, sold that deal 3 years later, $5,250,000. $350,000 made me $3 million. Okay, why do you invest money? Huh? To make big freaking money. Yeah. You invest money. Now, to make that kind of move, for me to take all of it and say, that deal, you got to do what? You got to know the deal. Here's the trick, okay? Here's the trick. You will not make that big of an investment if you don't know for sure. Nobody gambles with all of it. You know what you do? Big investing mistake. People gamble with little pieces. And what happens is they get tortured over the years and they end up with nothing. When you have the guts, and that's why I got these balls on my desk right here, okay? I keep them here to say, hey, dude, you know what? The way to have courage is to know, okay? I reduced my risk by doing my homework. When you make little diversified, little tiny 50s, 100s, $75, I'm going to give the mutual fund $100. You don't know what you're doing, dude. You're not even paying attention to it. You don't know where it's at. You disregarded it because it was so little. But when you take 350 grand, you've been saving for 8 or 9 or 10 years, and you put it all in one deal, how many of you think you'd pay attention?
You pay attention.
Okay, this is what the rich people say. Put all your eggs in one basket and pay attention to the basket. Don't put a bunch of little tiny eggs in a bunch of baskets and ignore them, okay? Money requires attention. Money never sleeps, but it gets bored. It gets bored. When you don't pay attention to it, money is like a jealous lover. You don't pay attention, it will leave you for somebody else. Let's talk to Wei-In from Dubai, maybe. Dubai without an A. What's up?
All your eggs in one basket.
Yo, what's up, man? What's up from Dubai?
Yeah, everything is okay. Who's this?
What's up, man? Turn your side off, all right? Talk to me.
Oh, okay.
Tell them to turn the computer off when they come on. Yeah, I can hear you. So I got a couple questions here. Grant, how do you feel about life insurance and index plans? Don't know enough about them, and I hate them. I hate everything I don't know. See, if I don't know anything about it, I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? How do you sniff out a bad investment? Look, man, if you think it's a bad investment, it is. If you don't know for sure, if this is not a slam dunk, guaranteed, sure deal, don't do it. I bought Twitter. I wasn't sure of it. I'm just like, I don't think Twitter will ever go away. Twitter's going to go away, man. Okay. Wei-In, go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, hi, Grant. How are you?
Good. I'm doing great.
Yeah, so my question is, I developed the product. Actually, I'm the guy who sent the product, the trolley and the bag last Friday, the Sikra. Remember?
Big cart thing?
Oh, yeah. Love the cart, dude. Love the cart. Can somebody get the cart?
Yeah, I have very simple question. Well, I developed the product. I saw the pain in the market, a gap in the market, and which is, people need something to help them to carry their groceries home because, you stuff a car with so many groceries.
Yeah. It's awful, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the pain. My question is, if I'm totally sold on the product, if I believe this is a really good product and I've been using it for 1 year before I start bringing it to the market, but I haven't done market validation. So what is actually the importance of market validation?
Dude, this is what you need to do, bro. Market validation is this. You need to go to the marketplace this weekend and see how many of those you can sell. Somebody going to pay $50, $30, $20, $10, $15, $5, $1, or do they even want them? So you got to figure out at what point will somebody exchange time and money for your product. That is market validation. Does anybody want my damn book or not? This book was the secrets of the selling the. No, I think there was another title before this. I've been through 3 titles on this thing, bro. Okay, so. Okay. You got to figure out what people are willing to exchange for this. I don't know what they're willing to exchange for it. Oh, by the way, there's different groups that will exchange different dollars with everything. So there might be somebody that walks into a store in Dallas and say, look, I'll pay $30 for the book. And there might be somebody that says, I'm not going to pay more than $18 at Amazon. And another person says, Grant, the only way I'm getting that book is if you give it to me, but I'll buy an MP3 to have it. Another group might be like, I need 50 of them for my sales team right now, but I wouldn't buy any of them last week. You understand? Last week he didn't want any. Now he's got a conference. He's like, I want 50 of them. So market validation, okay, I rent apartments. I own almost 4,000 apartments. I don't know. They're willing to pay $900 a month right now. Next week, they might be willing to pay more or less than that. That's market validation, and everybody needs to know what that is. Look, the game's changing so fast right now. It's just Twitter's here today, it's gone tomorrow, okay? I don't even know what happens. I buy the socks, there's a fire, we lose all the socks. Bad investment, right? Restakes. Napoleon Hill went through many titles before coming out with Think and Grow Rich. Wow, that's interesting. Thank you. I'm reading comments here. Okay, I didn't know that. Chihib Bahanaf, what do you think about Canadian real estate market? I don't know enough about it. I just know this. In Canada, like in America, like in Dubai, like in Pennsylvania, people will be renters, will be more renters. There will be more renters than there will be owners. Oh, by the way, nobody's actually ever an owner of real estate, ever. Okay, as long as you're paying property taxes, you don't own it. The government owns it. Jarvis, you invest to get rich, okay? Papa Tier says, thank you, by the way. How about investing in lead generation, paid traffic? Of course, I make cold calls too. Sure, man. That's investing in marketing, branding. Grant Cardone TV. We have a lot of people marketing through our TV network now. Robert every week creates video content for people, companies, right, Robert?
Yes, I do.
What's something you've done recently, Robert?
The most recent one I've done was for Paul Grist. He's a realtor in West Virginia.
Yeah.
And he's branding his entire business to drive traffic from Washington.
What was that investment?
That one was a $5,000 investment.
So he invested $5,000 for you to create video content for him to do what with?
To market, brand, and get exposure in his local market and markets in Washington and New York.
And what's happened for him?
He's basically increased the amount of traffic to his site. People interested in his business overnight.
Who's the guy that did the
That's
national
Steve
ad?
Griggs. So Steve Griggs, he's the landscaper, and he's running his ad on CNN, Fox, CNBC, all through New York City. And he's had to hire 4 people just to handle the incoming traffic with the ad. And he's doing a brand awareness campaign on Grant Cardone TV.
So here's a guy, Steve. He pays us $5,000. We sit down. We create an ad for him. He drops it. He's got to go out and hire 4 people. That investment of $5,000 has returned him. Forget money, dude. Why do you want money? I want to grow my money. Man, no, you don't want to grow your money. You want to get rich. Who here doesn't want to get rich?
I want to get rich.
Dude, you guys got to
be rich.
You got to start staking your claim. Quit saying, I want to protect my money. I want to grow my money. Dude, you want to get rich. That means it's going to change your investment strategy, right? It would change the way you think about money. I don't want to just protect it. I don't want to just grow it. I want to get rich. His deal right now with the money he has, the best thing he can do is not invest in real estate or stocks or mutual funds or an index fund or bonds or Forex. His best investment today is to let it sit in the bank, understand what he needs to do. Hey, I got to get known. I need to get people to know me. If they don't know me, they won't flow me. And then, so I'm going to build an ad. Most people are failing because they never market themselves. They never tell anybody who they are. Investing 101. Invest in you, like my mom said. Chad from PA.
Invest in real estate or stocks or mutual funds
turn it
or
off.
index.
Yeah. Kendrick from Aruba says, should you sell of inherited property so you can make more dollars instead of taking up debt before making any cash? Should you sell inherited property so you can make more dollars? Yeah, I would. I've sold. The biggest mistake I've ever made in real estate, for instance, that's my big investment. I've invested in 2 things, my company and I invest in real estate, okay? Multifamily real estate that pays me income. I have sold many, many good, very good, unbelievable properties. And the reason I sold those properties, and it was a mistake, but the reason I was willing to make that mistake was so I could get money and buy more properties. Now, it was a mistake that I was willing to make, knowingly make. Okay, this is going to be worth more money later, but I sold it so I could accumulate more money. You can never really make a mistake taking a profit. Okay, Chad, what's up?
Hey, Grant.
Yes, sir. What's your question?
All right, so I've been a raving fan now for a long time, and I got a side hustle on. I started wholesaling real estate. I also started rehabbing. And my question is, I wanted to generate this cash to put into multifamily. And where I'm at right now is deciding whether to accumulate like $400,000 and go bigger, or take 100,000 and, you know, maybe get a 12, 18 unit apartment building. The cash.
How much total? How much total cash, dude? How much total cash do you have?
$100,000.
You got $100,000 right now.
Yeah.
That's all to your name. You got $100,000.
Yes.
Yeah. You don't want to go all, dude. You can't go 100%. You know, I mean, you need some other money, bro. You're never going to feel good about it. You're going to be scared all the time. You got to have something. Okay. I am not the most courageous person in the world. So I know that I got to go to sleep at night and say, oh my God, dude, I'm all in on that one deal. You know, particularly if it's your first deal, right?
Right.
So
should I just accumulate more cash?
Yeah, man, I think I'd put my head down right now. First of all, look, the real estate market is crazy. It's stupid right now. You got people getting prices for stuff that's kind of ridiculous. So like right now, I just looked at 52 deals in the last 4 weeks. Probably 4 weeks, I've looked at 52 deals, passed on all 52 deals. If I'm passing on 52 deals, and I got access to every great deal in America, if I passed on 52 deals, there's something wrong with the deals.
Right.
Okay, I don't want to make a little money. I had a real estate broker tell me today, dude, you have to be perfect. You cannot make a mistake in a deal right now for it to work out. I don't want to buy in that environment. Okay? I'm not trying to grow my money. I'm not trying to protect my money. If I want to protect my money, I put it in the bank. Dude, here. I don't know if it's going to be safe in the bank. I know this. It's not going to go down in value at the rate of making a bad deal, right? So what I would do is I would just keep packing money away. Put that money in a sacred account, kick up your income, get your income jacked up. Put all your energy in getting your income up so your flow increases so you got more money left over, and keep stashing that money aside, okay? Keep parking it. See if you could get to 200 by the end of the year after taxes. While you're doing that, keep looking at deals. Make low ball offers right now. Tell people I'm sitting on cash. Hey, dude, the deal's $400. I'll pay you $280. Call me if you ever want to sell it. That's where I would be right now. Go ahead, Robert.
What's a good target for somebody to, as far as cash? Like, what's a good amount?
I mean, it's kind of a complicated question to answer because I don't know what somebody's spending habits are. But sure. Robert, if you live the way I live,
yeah.
Okay, I'm not blowing money. I'm not drinking Opus. I'm not going out to the clubs.
Let's say it's not. Let's say you control your income.
Like you do.
Yeah, I don't don't do that. It's like, what's a good target?
I'd have your first, how much money you have saved right now?
Right now, about 30.
Good. So, man, I'm like, hey, how could you get to $100,000 by the end of the year?
Okay.
Have targets. If you don't have a target, you will not get anywhere. Okay? So even if the target's unachievable, have a target. If you don't have a target, you can't hit it. Impossible. I got to know what I'm shooting at. So I would tell Robert, man, look, Robert, go for $100,000. You need to save $8,000 a month.
Okay.
After taxes. What does he need to make? He probably needs to make $15,000 to $20,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Spend nothing. Freaking literally spend zero. Yeah. Be willing to be poor, a rich poor, for a little while so you can be rich later. Pay the price today so you can pay the price tomorrow. So I didn't buy watches. and cars.
That's actually how income was able to increase for me, by living with that mentality, not like...
Well, your income's increased.
Well,
oh, you mean because you're broke all the time?
Well, yeah, with not living extravagant.
Yeah.
You know?
See, I got some guys in there. A guy makes $45,000 and the next thing happens, 60 days. One of my sales guys makes $45,000 in 1 month. Then he doesn't do anything for 60 months. I'm like, dude, because you think you're rich. The trick is to go broke. Every time I score, I go broke. Mm-hmm. So twice a year, I'm broke. You can walk into Sherry's office. Man, I'm broke, dude. I'm broke again, Sherry. Okay. Out, completely whacked, okay? The jet, I paid cash for the jet. Why would I pay cash for the jet? I could have financed it. I don't want the money. I want to go broke. What does that make me do? Monday morning, I'm freaking pushing and shoving again. I need dough, dude. I need reserves. So on one account, I'm trying to create flows. On another account, I'm getting rid of it. I'm literally investing. I'm investing in the future, not an investment. I'm investing. I'm parking the money over here. Tremendous amount of discipline. Don't touch it. Nothing. No emergencies. Nothing can get this money. It's parked sacred. And then I'm having to come back to work every day and hammer down. That's why people are like, why are you still working so hard, dude? You know? You could even have 3 accounts. In the beginning, I had 3 different accounts. I had a car account, I had a real estate, because I didn't have any of this stuff. I had a real estate account, I had a car account, and I had an investment account. I thought I was going to buy a car, I was going to buy real estate, and I thought I was going to buy a Jaguar. I didn't buy any of that shit. I bought a piece of real estate. One deal. I collapsed the 3 accounts and put it all into this one deal. So, and look, I literally didn't pay attention to those accounts. All I paid attention to was making money. And then one day I looked at my accounts. I'm like, damn, I got $1 million in there, man. Shit. So people ask me all the time, when did you make your first million? From 25 to 32. It accumulated over time, right? I actually made more than that. I probably made $3 or $4 million that turned into $1 million. Then when I knew what I was doing, I'm like, buy that deal. If you study wealthy people that own businesses, they go out and buy factories. That costs a lot of money, man. You better know what you're doing if you're going to buy a factory. They bought a farm, okay? They bought all this land. They made big bets. So what Robert needs to do right now is keep doing what he's doing, keep focused, keep all the bullshit off his lines, improve himself so he's got courage. And the only reason to have courage, the thing you need with courage is, man, if you add money to courage, then you're a bad dude. Okay. Now, if you take a broke person with courage, you still got a bad dude. But you give a guy that has courage and is working on his courage every day to confront people, ask the hard questions every day, like I do every day, because I know that that's an investment in me.
Yep.
Because 5 years from now, I'm gonna have to ask a hard question in a deal. Like, dude, I need a deal. I need a deal here. You need to come off 200. I know I said I was gonna do this. It's getting the courage. So you take a guy that's broke and give him courage, he's got a chance. You take a guy that now has money and courage, that went from broke to courage to money and acts broke, you got a guy that's dangerous. Dangerous. If you add knowingness to that, I know the investment I'm making. It could be my company, it could be in the studio, it could be in social media, it could be in, I don't know what your investment is. It could be a piece of land. I don't know. You know your market. You know your deal. It could be a Twitter stock. Maybe you're an insider at Twitter and you know they're about to bust out and sell to somebody. I don't know. It could be Lazy Boy. I bought Lazy Boy stock in 2009 because I knew Americans were lazy. And it turned out good. I'll tell you a story. I gave a guy $1 million in 2007 to invest for me. He invested in 3 stocks in this fund. He called me one day and said, I have to liquidate the fund. I'm sending you a check. I said, dude, don't send me a check. I knew the 3 stocks he was invested in. I said, do not send me the check, okay? This is brilliant right here. I've never told this story. Do not send me the check. Send me shares in the stock. He was liquidating because he busted out. He couldn't service the fund anymore. I said, do not sell my stocks. He was going to liquidate everybody and send them checks. Whatever little bit of I said, send me my shares, because 2009 had come and it decimated his fund. All right. So in 2007, I invested $1 million. In 2009 and a half, it was worth my $1 million was worth like $100,000. I said, dude, I'm broke either way, dude. You got to keep it like I already lost it all. Give me the stock. A bunch of that stock was Lazy Boy stock, about 8,000 shares of Lazy Boy stock that was worth like $8,000, okay? Today, that stock is $27 a share. There was 10,000 shares, 11,000 shares actually at $27. So I got all my money back. I got it back because I didn't have to sell it. Now to do that, you got to have reserves, dude. You got to be humping and pushing and shoving, paying attention. You got to be looking, confronting. You got to be courageous. Pay the price today, folks, so you don't have to pay the price tomorrow. Reese Stakes says, is the 401k dead? If not, it should be. Somebody ought to take it out. Congress and senators ought to take the 401k. If Hillary Clinton gave a shit about the American people, she'd take the 401k and everything that supported it, shoot it in the head and kill it. New life, powerful information. I've been thinking about this for a while now. Thanks for the subject. Thank you for watching the show. Helly Chanel Johansson, cryptocurrency, would you speculate? I don't speculate on anything, dude. I do sure things on everything. Everything. I don't want to invest. I don't want to speculate. Okay? I don't speculate. I calculate. Jones from Atlanta. What's up?
Grant, it's Theo Jones, Thelonious Jones out of Atlanta. Robert, what's going on?
Dude, what's happening, brother, man? Good talking to you today, man.
Yes, same here, Grant. You the man. I have a quick question about investing. I've been doing real estate investing for 5 years now.
Come on, man.
And basically, I have a partner. He owns 80% of the fund. And my question is to you, because I don't hear you talk about it a lot, is should I just stack my money up, get my money straight, and do my own thing? Because I like having partners. The only problem I have is people cannot make decisions, and they live in fear and live off fear. And it's hard for me to operate and reach another level when you're operating off the TV.
Yeah, man. That's the problem with partners. You know, the problem with partners is that people change their mind. I have a partner. I've had a partner for 25 years. I actually had 2 partners. We never fought. We made a lot of money together. The 2 things that happened with both these partners is they reached a point in their careers where they got tired of working. They got fat and happy, and I'm still hustling, you know. They got their money, and they're all happy, and now they don't want to freaking push and shove anymore. And I'm like, dude, I want to push and shove, and I'm stuck to that guy, Jones. You know what I mean? So my real estate partner, you know, it worked for a while though. I'm not complaining about it. My real estate partner, he might have one more question here I want to answer. My real estate partner, we just like dissolved it. I sold my last deal, and then I went and did my own deal. And when he went away, I went from 1,100 units to almost 4,000 units. So it was a good thing, because when you cut that doubt, dude, when you cut the doubt out, that's awesome, Robert. That's beautiful. When you cut the doubt out and the decision making and the lag time, and I got to think about it, and I'm not sure, boom, that boat can fly. My other partner I still have in Orlando, I just leave him alone, and I'm just like, dude, do whatever you want to do. You know, you want to just let it do its deal, let us do its deal, but I'm going full steam on my deal. So I'm investing all my energy in this deal. I don't know how to answer your question, Jones.
You kind of hit it, Grant. I mean,
but how much money's he got in the deal? Let me ask you that.
Right now, it's not a lot. I got about.
How much money's he got in the deal? He's got 40%, right?
About $1 million. About $1 million. He has 80%. He has about $1 million in the deal.
Oh yeah.
And then about 15 houses. But we're gonna sell all the houses, because I believe what you're saying. I'm trying to sell all my houses now to reposition my money, so if the economy falls, I have cash to purchase.
Yeah, dude. Maybe what you guys do is sell your stuff, part ways, go do your deal. Now that you know what you need to know, you know.
That's it. No, that's what I'm gonna do, and I think it'll work out. But I appreciate your advice, Grant, as always, and thank you for what y'all
Jones,
do.
appreciate you, man. And you guys that are investing in flips right now and houses and fixes, be careful right now, okay? I'm just telling you, I am a very, very pro real estate guy. I'm telling you about multifamily. I'm telling you about houses and flipping. Beware, folks. You know, a guy taught me years ago, cranes in the air, beware. And the cranes are everywhere, brother. And the reason the cranes are a problem is because builders build. Builders don't make money. Builders build. They lose their money in the last 2 deals. They make money on 8 deals. They get all their money in the last 1 or 2 deals. Last 2 deals come crumbling down. They never know when to get out of a deal, man. So you got to know how to transition. You got to know when to take it's like a craps table. Nobody ever knows when to come off the table. You know? Yeah, I was winning for 3 hours, man. Oh, by the way, speaking of Vegas, I'm going to be in Vegas next Wednesday night. I'll be at Vegas staying at Encore. If you're in town, come to the Encore. Love to get a selfie with you. Grant Cardone TV. Okay, we've hit over 50,000 subscribers. If you have not subscribed to the network, GrantCardoneTV.com, take the time to subscribe. We're about to launch a show April 1st, April Fool's Day, Season 2. Of the Ultimate Job Interview. And it is going to be pure. I can't tell you it's unedited, but it's close.
It's close.
It is freaking crazy stuff, dude. Now, we took some stuff out of there that subscribers are going to get access to. I mean, stuff that you just can't show on TV, all right? I'm talking about stuff that we did. Robert, come on.
Come on, man.
Give him a little piece, Robert.
I mean, what do you want to know? We got...
I mean, we're dropping bubbles in. 20 bubbles on every show. This was illegal. This was against the law. This would be a violation.
Can't do that. How many violations did Grant just do?
So check it out. Subscribe at the channel, GrantCardoneTV.com. Subscribe. What else we got going on? Dude, I'm banging Snapchat up. You can find me on Snapchat at Grant Cardone. The kids are doing a show now. We got a kids
10X
show,
Kids,
the 10X
10X
Kids.
Kids.
Sabrina and Scarlett are doing a show. We got Young Hustlers on Thursday. Wednesdays we have the G&E show. Power Players, we've added a couple of shows. Power Players is banging hard. The Pro Show, what is it called? Ask a Pro. Awesome.
Frangione's there.
Frangione.
Frangione.
We got interviews with the multi-million-dollar, multi-level marketing, network marketing geniuses.
Darren Kidd.
We got Darren Kidd coming. We got it all, dude. Mastermind. Every Wednesday, 2 p.m., we have a mastermind. If you want to be part of my mastermind, go to grantcardone.com. You can actually invest in that, be part of a mastermind group. It's $4,800 a year. Or you can get it free when you join Cardoneu.com, Cardoneu.com. And we got a big special over the weekend. GrantCardone.com/MP3 download, right? Bundle. MP3 bundle. GrantCardone.com/MP3 bundle. Okay, I hope you got a lot out of this show on investing, folks. Look, I'm not a Wall Street guy. I'm not a retirement guy. I'm not the mutual fund guy. I'm not the insurance guy. I'm not the 401k buddy. Okay, I'm not the Merrill Lynch guy that wants his fee. I'm not Charles Schwab. I'm Grant Cardone, and I'm telling you, don't invest until you got some freaking bank to invest. Don't invest when it's too small. Don't invest when you don't know what you're doing. And when you do it, if you know to do it, dude, push it all in, dude. Push it all in. Push it all in. And never give up on your main thing. Your main thing is you. Invest in you, like my mom said. Investing in you will never, ever fail you. Thanks a lot for joining us. Have a great weekend.